Hi YouTubers, my name is Kevin and you're watching the Royal We Daily Discussions. In this message I want to talk with you about your chosen family. This is the family that you choose. This is very important coming out of narcissistic abuse. And now this already contradicts what many of you have heard about not being able to choose your family. How many of you have heard that? And this is something that toxic, dysfunctional, narcissistically abusive families stand on in order to keep you stuck in a place where they can continue to make you the scapegoat and hurl all of their burdens and sins onto you. And for this reason, I strongly disagree with this idea and this principle that you cannot choose your family in this life. And guess what? I'm not the only one who disagrees with this idea and this principle. We can see that even Jesus in the New Testament of the ancient literature of the Bible disagrees with this idea and this principle that you don't get to choose your family. We can see in the book of Matthew as he was teaching, and there were some people that ran to him and said, Jesus, your mother and your brother, they're outside and they want to talk with you. And Jesus' response blew them all away. He said, who are my mother and who are my brothers? And then he pointed to his disciples and he said, these people, these are my mother and my sister and my brother. This is my family, chosen family, the family that you choose. And now there's different definitions for family, right? For many people, family is defined as your blood relationship. And I get this idea and this principle up until about the age of 12, possibly 16. There is a period in time where you cannot choose who raises you because you're completely dependent. But there becomes an age where you are no longer dependent and you no longer need to be raised. And this is the time where you choose your family. And now we get into the other definitions of family. And there's many ways to define what family is to you. But I want to share with you how the Royal We defines family. The family that you choose, or the chosen family. The first way in which the Royal We defines a chosen family are people who are important to you, but also who you are important to them. I'm going to say it again. People who are important to you and you are just as much important to them. You see, it doesn't work if it's only one way and not the other. Now, how many of you have come out of toxic, dysfunctional families where it was only one way? Typically, they are important to you, and so you try to fit in with them, you try to please them, you try to make sure they're happy, and they shit on you because you are not important to them. It doesn't work. That is not family. If this is how a dysfunctional, toxic family is treating you, then perhaps that's no family at all, especially a chosen family. Why would anybody choose to be involved in a family who they care about, but who does not care about them equally? So it's important to understand this, that chosen family are people who are important to you, but you are also important to them. Now, the second thing that makes family, chosen family for the Royal We, are people who share common goals and values. Now, let's get this straight right away. Sharing common goals and common values does not mean you share the same politics. It doesn't mean you share the same religious ideas. It doesn't mean you share the same interests in life. Now, many narcissistically abusive people out there, especially once again in highly dysfunctional families, have it set that you either believe these certain things or you're on the outside. You're either a Democrat like all of us, or you're on the outside. You're either Republican, or you're on the outside. You're either Christian, or you're on the outside. Listen, there's a reason why the Royal We is here, and we are able to communicate and work with, and I've talked to Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, atheists, people of all walks of life from all over the world, and it does not matter what the belief system is, because something supersedes that, and that is the values and the goals. What's the Royal We values and goals? Is to promote individuality, being able to heal, freedom of expression, and eliminating toxic relationships and abuse. These are common goals and values that can be shared no matter what the interests are. This is a family, right? Don't fall into that trap of, well, you have to think like us and be like us, or that's a very narcissistic way of viewing things. Look for common goals and values. That supersedes the beliefs and the ideas of how life should work. Okay? Then number 4, the third thing for this video is people who will support you. Family should be people who are supportive. People who are supportive. And by people who are supportive, we're not talking about people who will enable you. We're not talking about people who will allow you to do whatever you want to do and not give you warnings, right? We're talking about people who will have empathy with you, people who will support you even if they disagree with what you're doing. They'll be able to say, I trust that you are going to do what's best for your life and will be here for you no matter what. That is supportive. And this is family. Again, it's not enabling. It's not saying you can continue to treat us and people however you want and we'll high five you. Again, that's very narcissistic, and that's what happens in dysfunctional families. Dysfunctional, toxic families where people are competing for who's the badass, who's the toughest. They allow one another to fight and to put people down and then high five each other, and that's what gains support. That's called enabling. That's enabling horrible behavior. We're not talking about that. We're talking about support of individuals and what they're trying to achieve in their lives and who they want to become. That is genuine support, and that is chosen family stuff right there. So listen, once again, just to wrap this all up, there's 3 things the Royal We considers chosen family. And again, it's people who are important to you, but who you are also important to them. It's people who share common goals and values. And then it's also people who are supportive of you. Chosen family. I encourage you to find chosen family. And if you have not yet, the Royal We wants to be a part of your chosen family. Visit www.jointheroyalwe.com. where you can schedule one-on-one time with me. We could do a FaceTime consultation, telephone consultation, or a text message consultation. Again, www.jointheroyalwe.com. Also, every Monday night is Royal We Live Chat. This is where the community comes together to ask questions, answer questions. You could even call in for free as long as you know that it's a live show. Again, it's Royal We Live Chat. You can find the link to that channel down below every Monday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, you need to be aware of Royal We Fellowship. This is an in-depth Bible study as it pertains to the world being toxic and narcissistic. It's unlike any other Bible study you've been a part of. Again, this is Royal We Fellowship, and I encourage you to join every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can find the links to everything you need, these channels and the website and Instagram and lots more down below this video. So scroll on down there right now, check out everything you need to be a part of, and I'll be back with more videos right here on the Royal We.